having a lot of people shake their heads all season long, wondering what is the combination that the D'Addario and Ross crew has come up with to make that 73 such a successful automobile. Into turn 3 they go. Nice and easy. Bob Pulvereri, the West Springfield driver, sets the pace alongside defending national modified champ Richie Evans. Nice and easy off the turn. The green flag is out. George Summers unleashes the field, and Pulvereri has the advantage going into turn 1.
Evans, however, storms up high, and he will try to lead lap number 1. He got a little bit up in the marbles off that second turn, and he had to fall back a bit. But in turn 3, he drives in very deep and takes the lead. Jack Lucaya comes outside, but here comes Reggie Ruggiero, 3 wide, and he gets into Pulvereri, who slides across the infield of the 711 car. And up against the wall of the front straightaway, Rick Donnelly, and we are under yellow. As Donnelly up against the front straightaway wall, as Pulvereri pulls away under his own power. Car number 2, Rick Donnelly out of Stratford, Connecticut, in the Billfoot Racing Enterprises car, getting shuffled up into the wall. And George Summers got a slight taste of what it's like to be a flagman right there. As Donnelly's car sliding right underneath the concrete wall. He's moving around inside the car. The helmet is off. Donnelly is okay, but a heartbreaker for Donnelly out on lap number 1.
George said a little bit earlier when we were talking with him, he said, you know, I've had a lot of opportunities to take flags, but I never had the opportunity to wave one and start a race. So he'll get a whole different perspective on exactly what goes on the racetrack. Have to keep an eye on car number 85, Jack Lucaya, who currently holds down that second spot.
He's primarily a short track racer, too, and it's very rare that he comes here to the Thompson International Speedway. His only start of 1984 was at the Winston 300. And Lucaya, who had a great season out of Riverside Park, it's a tight quarter-mile oval, really surprising quite a few people by sitting up there in the second spot in car.
Successfully in the Northern NASCAR circuit, hopping on board this modified ride for this weekend, give us all something to keep an eye on in the next 39 laps. Apparently no green this time around, as Bob Slade is checking on the proper restart lineup for a couple of them. Pit gate remains open. One more courtesy lap will be given to.
Been talking all weekend about driving this Thompson Speedway with a modified car, and McCabe has put the Universal car up into the 4th spot with 1 lap down out of 40 in this NASCAR feature. Evans and Lucaya the pole row with Ruggiero and McCabe. Lucaya with a good jump on Evans off turn 4. The green flag is out, and Jack Lucaya comes out on the outside slugging. But Evans, the national champion, just too much for the independent Jack Lucaya, and Evans storms into the lead.
Off the second turn, Richie Evans manages to hold on to the lead. Lucaya runs right on his rear bumper, but we've got trouble in the back of the pack. Going around is Ed Kennedy. Brian Schofield comes in contact. Ed St. Angelo is in trouble as well. St. Angelo makes it out onto the racetrack, but Ed Kennedy and Brian Schofield come to a screeching halt over on the backstretch. Apparently Carl Pastriak has tagged in that event as well. Pastriak heads down the infield pit road, as does Ed St. Angelo. Gets a little bit of a jump. He runs the high groove. Evans is downstairs. Here we go. The green flag is out. Jack Lucaya takes over the lead into turn number 1. Gentlemen, Jack Lucaya runs off the second turn and down the back straightaway, but here comes the rapid Roman. Evans down on the inside, takes it in deep into turn 3. They're side by side. Lucaya with the bite in the higher groove. He continues to lead across the stripes. 2 laps hour up on the scoreboard now, as Jack Lucaya continues to run. Ruggiero makes a bid underneath Evans for the second spot. Evans now right on the rear bumper of Lucaya. Here comes Ruggiero again on the inside. McCabe runs in 4th. Brian Ross in 5th. George Brunhozel in 6th.
Ruggerio's car was probably handled better than any race car in New England right now. That car is absolutely on the button, and he goes by Richie Evans to take second spot. And it's not often you see that here at Thompson International Speedway. Jack Lucaya leads Reggie Ruggiero, Richie Evans, Dick McCabe still 4th. But here comes Brian Ross back into 5th spot. 6th with Brunhozel, 7th with Mike McLaughlin, 8th John Mazzotti in a strong run for Joe Brady here today. And then back behind them, Jeff Fuller, Buck Bodine, and Kenny Bouchard.
Into turn 3 we go. Jack Lucaya, car number 85, continues to lead, but Ruggiero looks to the bottom side. Upstairs, Lucaya seems to handle the mess, and he runs a high groove. But there's Reggie one more time, looking on the inside. Jack Lucaya off the turn, gets a tremendous bite, and pulls out ahead down the backstretch. Into turn 3. The battle wages between the 85 of Lucaire, the 44 of Ruggiero. Evans waits in the wings as the cross. James Runhozel and McLaughlin.
Ruggiero driving a smooth race up front in the second spot as Mike McLaughlin looks for racing room down underneath George Runhozel. Brian Ross has passed Dick McCabe to make it a 4-car battle up front. Ross is really on the move. He is caught up to that 4-car swing very, very quickly as Ruggiero pulls out of line. One more time, he gets the wheels right up alongside Lucaire's door down into turn number 1, and he carries it way in the inside off turn 2. Here comes Ruggiero, but Lucaire inches back out of the lead, and Evans puts it back up on the outside in turn 3.
Absolutely incredible performance by Gentleman Jack Lucaire here in the Thompson Speedway this afternoon, as Gentleman Jack has led the first 8 laps of this event. Into turn 1, he wobbles just a bit. Ruggiero unable to take advantage of it, but here comes Evans up on the outside of Reggie. Richie Evans moves in. He takes over the second spot. Brian Ross looks to do the same as he works the outside. Ruggiero caught on the bottom side of the racetrack. Here comes Ross one more time. Evans takes it into the lead into turn 1. Down on the bottom, Richie Evans takes it in deep. Lucaire is not about to give up any real estate at all. Here side by side, now the backstretch.
Unbelievable racing here at Thompson to cap off the season, and Richie Evans storms back out into the lead as he and Lucaire bump off turn 4. Ruggiero goes deep to the bottom of the track, but can't quite get caught up, and we're under caution. Car number 7, Jimmy Crouch, brings out the caution here on lap number 10 for his spin out in turn 2. This time it's Evans to the inside and Ruggiero running the outside. He hasn't been out there much today. He has been able to put that 44 almost on the infield grass. The outside groove is supposed to be the fastest place here at Thompson Speedway, but all the passing we've seen thus far has been down low. The two leaders come out side by side, Evans and Ruggiero, wheel to wheel as they come down to the green flag of Dick Brooks. They're sideways off turn 4. And Ruggiero puts the lead, number 44 in the middle time car into the lead for the first time today here at Thompson. Evans falls back to second. Ross is stormed up to third. Lucaire back to fourth, while Mike McLaughlin searches the outside in turn 3. Then it's John Rosati back in 6th. Brett Modine climbing to 7th. Dick McCabe is falling back to 8th.
Across the track they go, 11 laps into the record books as Reggie Ruggiero continues to lead. Richie Evans runs 2nd. Brian Ross is 3rd. The first 3 cars are beginning to pull away. Jack Lucaire holds on for 4th. Mike McLaughlin in the Len Bowler Malco Products Chevrolet up to the 5th position, and McLaughlin now looks underneath Lucaire. Here comes Rosati and Modine and McCabe also on a run, headed through turns 1 and 2. Beginning to open things up just a bit now is Ruggiero in the 44. Reggie having things pretty much the way he wants them as he's able to gain about a 2-car length advantage over defending national modified champ Richie Evans.
Lucaire fighting a car that seems to be getting progressively loose with every lap as he got sideways off turn 4, and Mike McLaughlin comes down on the inside now searching for racing room as Lucaire is fighting that race car which doesn't seem to go where he wants it to. McLaughlin, Rosati, Modine are the 3 cars right behind him, and then San Angelo has the problem with number 28 Lucaire for the day.
Last time by, Jack Lucaire signaled to Mike McLaughlin, indicating to try to go to the low side, that he would run the high side, but McLaughlin certainly has his hands full. San Angelo in and done for the afternoon, and Ruggiero continues to open things up. Richie Evans running in that second spot, Brian Ross 3rd, as the 3-car plate train rumbles into turns 1 and 2. The rest of the field pretty well strung out as well. Lucaire, McLaughlin, Rosati, Modine. Then we have some side-by-side, wheel-to-wheel racing with Kenny Bouchard and Dick McCabe. Bouchard takes the M.J. Sullivan Chevrolet in deep. Right on his tail is the 2 of 4. Runhozel is there waiting in the wing. That's Jimmy Savino, Ray Miller, and Bob Mulberry has moved back into content.
McLaughlin falling back somewhat as John Rosati has made the move past McLaughlin for 5th spot. Corky Cookman retires for the afternoon with mechanical ill. And Brett Modine puts the Clyde McLeod, Willie Carrazzo, Sherry Cup Pontiac up into the 6th spot. Remember, he started 12th and has moved up very well through the field as we approach the halfway mark of this Winston Racing Series feature event. Now Evans and Ruggiero have opened up a good lead over Brian Ross. Evans begins to close the gap on Ruggiero's 44, but Reggie seems to be running a super low line around the racetrack, making sure he doesn't make any unnecessary bothers or mistakes, and that car just seems to be handling perfectly.
Off the second turn they go down the back straightaway. It is still Reggie on top. Richie is in second. Brian Ross runs in the third spot. Evans is able to close quite a bit going into the turn, but Reggie opens it up coming out. He gets a tremendous bite off the corners. Watch it again this time around. Evans closes right in on the rear bumper. But then Reggie puts the hammer down and just stretches that lead out by about 2 car lengths.
Brian Ross about a half a straightaway back at the halfway mark. Then it's a full straightaway back to the Jack Ruggiero car, which races along in the 4th position. Back in 5th is John Rosati. As Ruggiero once again moves off turn 4. Brett Bedard is 6th. Ken Bouchard 7th. Mike McLaughlin has fallen back to 8th. 9th is Jeff Fuller. And sitting in 10th is Dick McKay. Back behind that is George Goodhosel and Jamie Tomeno, who finished second in the consolation race yesterday and started 26th. So Tomeno really on the move through the field here today.
21 laps show on the scoreboard. We're in the second half of this 40-lap feature event as George Murray gets down into the stand off that 4th turn. Fortunately, he's able to keep the car squared away, but it's loose again in turn 1. Keep an eye on car number 8, Murray, having severe handling problems with that automobile. Up front, it is still Miller time. Car number 44 for Reggie Ruggiero. In the second spot, it's the 61 for Richie Evans, followed by the 73 of Brian Ross. Through turn 3 and 4, the leaders go, and they have managed to really open up a tremendous advantage over the rest of the field. A full straightaway between the lead cars and the remainder of the pack.
Fallen to 8th, and now he's climbing back up to 6th. And the Lund Motor cars, we've got a tremendous jostling for positions. Back from about 4th through 9th in the field right here. McLaughlin falling back again. Bodine comes back on the outside. Bouchard and Fuller complete that pack of cars. 6 cars racing for position right there out in turn 4. George Brunhosel has just gotten by the U2 and Dick McCabe, and he'll try to get up to that 6th battle. Jamie Tomeno is now right behind McCabe, with Ray Miller and Bob Fulveri also in contention.
Several laps to go. Evans was able to close that wheel in the turns on Reggie. That's no longer the case. Ruggiero has opened up about an 8-car length advantage over Evans, and it seems to stay just about that. Richie Evans not able to get up and contend wheel to wheel or even bumper to bumper with Ruggiero at this point. It seems to be Reggie's day all the way. Off the 4th turn. Running low on the racetrack it is still. The Lutz Fiore Pontiac. The Miller time entry for Reggie Ruggiero. Out front with 27 laps showing on the Winston race scoreboard. 13 laps left to run in the 40-lap feature event.
The number 00, John Rosati, his head is beginning to come up in the left front corner. That might be something to watch as the fiberglass hood and the number 00 of John Rosati beginning to come up in the left front. We'll have to see if that could create a hazard out there. Keep your eyes on that 00 automobile as he sits currently in the 5th spot right behind Jack Ruggiero. McLaughlin is really working well on the inside with Len Boulder's Cavaliers. He tries to go by. He is back into the 6th spot. That now has the nose underneath John Rosati, and he gets it beneath Jack Ruggiero. McLaughlin driving the wheels off the Len Boulder car right on the edge of the racetrack.
What a show he is putting on. Young Mike McLaughlin from Seneca Falls, New York, gets shut out as they have to lap Brian Schofield. It cost him about 4 car lengths on the racetrack. 1 position, but a lot of distance. He makes a lot of that up, though, going into the 3rd turn. Off the 4th corner, he gets by Rosati. He takes retro time with him as John Rosati throws his hands in the air, indicating he is done for the day. The 00, the Joe Brady entry, done for the afternoon with John Rosati behind the wheel. Meanwhile, McLaughlin looks underneath Jack Ruggiero, side by side. That pair comes off the 4th turn. McLaughlin a little bit early. Ruggiero with a good bite leads him across the stripe, but only by inches. Into the 1st turn, the advantage goes to McLaughlin for a moment. Then it suddenly comes back to Ruggiero as they continue door handle to door handle racing. They'll be 3 wide now going into the turn. Ruggiero manages to slam the door and force McLaughlin to get out of the throttle for just a second, giving Ruggiero the breathing room he needed.
7 laps to go this time by for Reggie Ruggiero of Morrisville, Connecticut, as John Rosati closes to the 5th. Richie Evans trying to close the gap with 7 laps to go, and now McLaughlin is stormed past Jack Ruggiero to take over the 4th spot as they cross the line to complete lap number 33. McLaughlin has slid into the 4th position, and it is incredible how fast Ruggiero and Evans are going. They have over a half a lap lead over the 4th place car of Mike McLaughlin. It still is even closer competition to the Winston 300 after 300 laps. Ruggiero is just setting a blistering pace here today, just as he did last week at the Stafford Motor Speedway in the fall final 100-lap event. Ruggiero ran just as fast as he had to go to maintain his lead. And now Brett Bodine slides into the top 5, getting beneath Lucaya after a brilliant run for Jack Lucaya today. He falls out of the top 5 as now Jeff Fuller comes through on the inside as well. 4 laps to go this time by for Reggie Ruggiero.
That lead that you mentioned, Rich, has extended even more as Reggie has better than a half a track length lead over positions 3, 4, 5, and so on. The only car that is within striking distance at all is Richie Evans, and about 400 feet separating those two competitors. Another 500 to 600 feet back is the 73 of Brian Ross, followed by a full straightaway length between Ross and McLaughlin. We thought at first that it was the hood problem that may have sidelined John Rosati, but steam coming out from under the hood of Joe Brady 00 indicates overheating, more than likely to cause John Rosati falling in a day. Corky Cookman also out of the event. 38 laps on the scoreboard. The 2-lap marker has been given to Reggie Ruggiero. He appears to be headed for a victory in this afternoon's running of the World Series of Speedway Racing here at the Thompson International Speedway. Off the 4th turn, the white flag waves. It is for Reggie Ruggiero in the 44, Richie Evans. Next across the line, Brian Ross. Following Ross will be the 3 for McLaughlin. Here we go, Reggie Ruggiero, your leader, between turns 3 and 4. He puts the throttle down one more time and crosses the stripe to take the win. Evans in for second. Third will be the 73 of Brian Ross. Fourth position will go to the 3 of McLaughlin. Fifth to the 12 of Bodine. Sixth to the 2X. Sixth to the 55. Seventh to the 85 of Lucaya. Ninth to George Brunhosel. And 10th would go, this is unofficial of course, to the 99 of Tomeno. Reggie Ruggiero, car number 44, the Lutz Fiore New England uniform Miller Beer Time car, rolls into Winston Victory Lane here at the Thompson International Speedway. Richie Evans will collect second place money. Brian Ross third, fourth for Mike McLaughlin, and fifth will go to Brett Bodine. Those, of course, are unofficial.
Comes to Victory Lane for the first time in 2 years here at the Thompson International Speedway. Reggie Ruggiero is out of the car. Let's hear it for today's modified winner from Forestville, Connecticut. An excited crew in Victory Lane as the Miller Time New England uniform, number 44, picks up the win in today's NASCAR Winston Racing Series 40-lap feature event. Reggie, congratulations.
Thank you very much. The car ran super today. I don't know, I see smoke coming out over here now, but they ran just great the whole race.
I haven't seen you here in 2 years. It's been quite a long time.
Yeah, last year we had some bad luck. This year, Thompson, every time I never finished the race. We brought this new car out last week, as you know, won the fall final at Stafford. Today it's running just as good.
The outside groove seems to be the place to be here at Thompson, but your car worked great on the inside. What seemed to be the handling story?
Car handled perfect. I say we chose the right tire combination. It was a little slick on the bottom because the fastest way around this racetrack is on the outside. But I was able to beat Richie on the outside, and I restarted, and I just went from there.
The ball is really rolling now. You've had a great second half of the 1984 season. What's ahead for 1985?
Well, 1985, we're going to go full-time racing, test modified racing, and see what it takes from there.
Well, congratulations, Reggie Ruggiero. George Summers, last year's winner of this event, has the trophy presentation to do Reggie Ruggiero.
Reg, congratulations, a great race.
Reggie Ruggiero picks up the win in BFI today here at the Thompson International Speedway for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Modified. Let's hear it one more time for Forestville, Connecticut, Reggie Ruggiero.